Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Easy Way to Learn. I am Shailja Tripathi and today's lecture include breathing or ventilation. So let's see what is breathing. Breathing is basically taking in of air inside the body and release of CO2. So basically it is a physical process. It's a physical process of taking in air and release of carbon dioxide from the body. Okay. We know that amount of oxygen dissolved is higher, amount of oxygen dissolved in water is fairly low as compared to oxygen present in atmosphere. So the terrestrial, or next we see that terrestrial organisms take oxygen directly from the atmosphere. Terrestrial animals or organisms take oxygen directly from atmosphere. While aquatic organisms take oxygen dissolved in water. And we know that this percentage of dissolved oxygen is in water is comparatively or fairly low. So the question is often asked, which organisms have faster rate of breathing, terrestrial or aquatic? So you may write down the question. Which organisms have faster rate of breathing? Rate of breathing. Terrestrial or aquatic? See, this question may be either asked directly or it may be part of assertion reason type question or MCQ. So the answer comes from this part or this information, that terrestrial organisms are taking oxygen directly from the air. The percentage of oxygen in air is 21% and here it is fairly low. The dissolved oxygen is fairly low. So the organisms which are in water, they need to breathe faster to fulfill their oxygen demand. So the breathing rate will be faster in aquatic organisms. So you may write down the answer also. See, you can write the rate of breathing is faster, or we can frame the answer by writing this information. Then we will add, since the amount of oxygen dissolved since the amount of oxygen dissolved, it's single in, since the amount of O2 dissolved in water is fairly low, so the rate of breathing, the rate of breathing will be faster in aquatic organisms. Than compared to terrestrial organisms. See, this question is often asked, so prepare it well. You have the answer. Okay, the next question which is often asked is, what are the features of the organs which participate in respiration or breathing? So we'll take up or discuss that point also. See, organs of breathing, you already know, you have learned in your previous classes that fishes have gills, terrestrial organisms or animals have lungs to breathe. So what are the features of these organs? We'll see to it. See, in case of terrestrial organisms, which includes human beings also, the salient features of the organs participating in breathing or respiration will be, it should have large surface area so that it comes in contact with air, and next will be the lining or the wall where diffusion is taking place should be very thin, and it should be richly supplied by blood capillaries. So you may write down all the three characteristic features. See, in terrestrial organism, organ for taking in oxygen should have following features. First, surface area should be large. Surface area in contact with O2 should be large. So the key word is surface area should be large. Second point is surface area should be very fine and delicate. Surface should be very fine and delicate. Thirdly, delicate and richly supplied by blood vessels or by blood capillaries. Third, there should be a mechanism to move the air in and out of the body. So there is mechanism to move air in and out of the body. So these are the features that should be present in the organ participating in ventilation or breathing. Okay, large surface area. If there is large surface area, more and more oxygen can participate in this process, breathing process. Surface area has very fine and delicate. Surface area is fine and delicate. That means oxygen and carbon dioxide diffusion or exchange of gas can easily happen, and then air gases can diffuse into bloodstream. Then obviously air will not automatically go inside or come outside the body. So there should be a mechanism, and mechanism means the energy will be needed to move air in and out. Okay, let's see how the process takes place in human beings. See, we take in oxygen through our nostrils. So in case of humans, see, the air is taken in through nostril. So first air enters nostril. Okay, here there is a mechanism or the provision to filter the air. So air is filtered by the help of fine hair-like particles or hairs that are present, and also mucus that lines the nostril. Air is filtered by fine hair and mucus lining also helps by removing germs and fine particles. So fine hair and mucus both are helping in filtration of air. So air is filtered by fine hair and mucus lining, which also helps by removing germs and fine particles or the pollutants that are entering. Okay, now from the nostril, the air enters throat region, and down the throat, air passes through trachea. or the windpipe. Trachea is lined by ring of cartilage. You can feel it in your neck. If you run down your finger, you will see rings are present, and this is called ring of cartilage. Trachea or windpipe. See, this of a ring of cartilage prevents the collapse of trachea. Prevents the collapse of trachea. Okay, these rings are present till bronchi. I'll talk about it. Okay, and these rings are sheath-shaped in structure. These are C-shaped. In structure. They are not complete circle, but they are C-shaped. C-shaped helps to collapse the windpipe when the food is passing through esophagus, because both esophagus or the food pipe and trachea are running one behind the other in our body. It's like this, one is trachea, the other is food pipe. So it's like one behind the other. So when food is passing through the esophagus, it expands. So there should be some space for expansion of esophagus. And when esophagus expands, the tracheal pipe will collapse a little, allowing it a space. So this is basically for space adjustment, because both the tubes are running one behind the other. Okay. Then trachea divides into two. Into two bronchi. And these bronchi will enter the lungs, left and right lungs. So it is somewhat like this. This is the tracheal part having ring of cartilage. Then it divides into two. See, this ring of cartilage will run till bronchi. Bronchi is plural, bronchus is singular. And this is trachea. Okay. Now these bronchi will enter the lungs, left and right lungs. Here these bronchi will further branch and form a network, just like trees have network. So this branching, and the smallest branch will have sac-like structure present called alveoli. So these branching are called bronchioles. Bronchioles, and they have sac-like, tiny sac-like structure called alveoli. Again, alveoli is plural, and alveolus is singular. So bronchi divides into bronchioles. Bronchioles, the smallest bronchiole will have this tiny sac-like structure called alveoli. And this is the smallest unit where exchange of gases take place. So these bronchi divide. I'll write it here. Bronchi divides into smaller branches called bronchioles, and the smallest branch of the bronchiole will have alveoli, which is tiny sac-like structure. Okay, so this is complete network through which air enters our lungs, and it is here alveoli there where exchange of gases will take place. So alveoli are the smallest unit, you can mention it. These are the smallest unit of lungs. This question has also been asked, what is the or which is the smallest unit of lungs? So it is the smallest unit of lungs where exchange of gases occur. Okay, take place. Where exchange of gases takes place by the process of diffusion. By the process of diffusion. Okay. The question which is asked from this part of the information is, how are lungs suited for exchange of gases? So you may write down the question, how lungs are suited how lungs are suited for exchange of gases. So again, your answer, you can frame your answer from this information itself, that lungs, bronchi divides into bronchioles, and bronchioles bronchioles have tiny sac-like structures which are richly supplied by blood capillaries, and the wall is also very fine and delicate for exchange of gases. See. Bronchi divides into bronchioles which finally end in a tiny sac-like structure called alveoli. So there are tiny sac-like structures. So millions of these sac-like structures are present. So alveoli increase the surface area for exchange of gases, which increase the surface area for exchange of gases. Secondly, these have very fine and delicate walls, which are richly supplied blood capillaries. So very fine and delicate wall and richly supplied by blood capillary. These are the keywords that should be present in your answer. Hence, lungs are suited for exchange of gases. So you can finally end your answer. Hence, lungs are suited for exchange of gases. See, these are few of the questions that are often asked repeatedly in board exams. So prepare them well. And these keywords should always be there in your answer. Okay. So next part of the lecture will include mechanism of breathing, that is how we inhale and exhale. Hope you understood the topic well. Please like, share and subscribe and enable the notification bell. Thank you so much.